Hey guys, welcome to a new tutorial video. On this video, we'll be making this neck design. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to get your base, which is your princess dart bustier. As you can see, I have already drafted mine. If you don't know how to draft a princess dart bustier, there is a tutorial on my channel. If you draft a princess bustier perfectly, most times you don't necessarily. So if you draft a princess dart bustier perfectly, most times you don't necessarily need a breast pad, because as you can see, the breast part of this princess dart bustier is standing very well. So now if you look at the drafting, you see that I did not dip the neck with anything. I didn't dip the neck, I just marked the shoulder slope, right? So now from the shoulder slope, I already know where my neck area is because the shoulder slope has the slant line. All right, so now I'll create the neckline. If you look at the picture, you see that the neckline, it's curvy, and then it's starting or it's ending at the princess dart bustier on your armhole area, right? So you create that curve. Okay, so I'll always advise that you first of all make this curve, or maybe work on your lining first before you do it on your main fabric. That's if you're not so sure. But if you're an expert, like if you're really good, then you work directly on your fabric, just as I'm doing it on this tutorial video. Okay, so I'm just creating the style line for the neck part. As I said earlier, I did not notch the neck part, I did not dip it with any inches, I just marked my shoulder slope. All right, so now I'm going to cut out the shape and then you see. So guys, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click on the subscription button and subscribe, like and share. Okay, and click on the notification bell so you get notification whenever I post new tutorial videos. So guys, this is how to get your desired neckline. All right, so can you see how it's looking? Now the next thing, I'll advise that you can use a cloth stay as your interfacing, or you can use a soft paper stay, but cloth stay is always the best. I think some people call it air stay, right? Can you see the shape? So the first thing you need to do is to iron your air stay to the neck part, either your air stay or your strong gum stay or your soft gum stay. Okay, so when you iron it, the next thing, now there are two ways to turn it up. You can either I will not advise you to use a bias. You can either use a lining, right? You cut your lining the same way you cut your main fabric, or you can use a facing. All right, so I'm going to be using a facing so you still see it. All right, so the facing is just very simple. You get the same material, okay, and then you cut out, just trace out the neck part. All right, so you place the front part on top of your facing material and just trace out the neck part. Can you see how I'm doing it? I'm tracing from the armhole area because I want my facing to be long, I don't want it to be short. Okay, so I just place it on top of the material I'll be using for my facing, and then I'll just trace it out. But if you're using a lining, right, you're going to cut your lining as a princess dart bustier, right? Then you create the neckline shape and then cut it out, so that when you turn up the neck part, you still turn up the sides. Hope you understand. But if you don't want to use a lining, you use a facing. All right, so I'm just going to cut it out, and then when I'm done cutting it out, the next thing I'm going to do is to close the neck part. Do you get what I'm saying? The neck part, that's the first part you're going to turn up. All right, so you're going to close up the neck part. Please, while cutting this, be very careful. Okay, so now I've gotten my shape for my facing. I'm going to join it to the neck part. I'm going to join it with 1/2 inch stitch. All right, I'm going to use 1/2 inch to join it. So when I'm done joining it, this is how it looks. Right, now I'm going to notch the edges. Right, you remember what I said about your cloth stay? I didn't use it for this tutorial, but you can use it for your main fabric. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, so now I've joined it. All right, I'm going to notch the stitches. I'm going to notch it. This is the stay or cloth stay, right? You're supposed to iron it to the fabric first before joining it. Then this is the strong gum stay. Okay, it's like paper, we call it paper state. So this is the strong one. Okay, so now it's time for us to notch the neck area. Please make sure you're careful when you're notching it so that it won't cut through the lines you've already created, right? The stitches you've already created. Okay, now when you get to that curved area, make sure you notch it open very well. All right, now you notch right round the neck piece, and then when you're done, you turn it up. So when you turn it up, can you see how it's looking? When you turn it up, make sure you iron it, okay? Because the ironing, that's what will bring out the beauty of the neck part, okay? Make sure you press it down very well. So when you're done ironing, you will see the effect of this out of the neck part, okay? So now when I turned it up, this is how it's looking. All right, now I've ironed it very well. Can you see how it's looking? Can you see why it's good to use facing? Some people will want to use bias, but I do not advise bias. It doesn't look professional. It doesn't look neat. Okay, so this is how to get your neck piece. Now some people will be confused on how to join it to your back piece. So I'll cut a back piece and then join it for you to see how it's going to look. Okay, so it's very simple. What you need to do is to cut out your back bodice, your back princess that bustier. All right, now you cut out your back and then you join it first. Okay, then you turn it up with your lining or you turn it up with your facing, okay, just to make it neat. Then when you're done, I will show you how to join it to the shoulder area. So please, if you have any question up to this point, can you see the beautiful neck part? You let me know in the comment section. Okay, so I have cut out my back piece, I have turned the neck part with a facing, and this is how the back piece is looking. Now the next thing you need to do is to turn up the neck part. That's to join your shoulder area. Okay, join your shoulder area of the front to the back. Okay, so just what you need to do is place the back part on top of the front part, the right sides facing each other, and then you use the back part. Can you see what I'm doing? The right sides facing each other, then you use your facing to flip it over. Can you see what I just did? And then you join the shoulders. This is what is going to give you a neat shoulder finishing. Okay, so that when you join the shoulders of your outfit, no one will know how you joined it except you, unless you're a professional designer. Here, the person will know. So when you're done, guys, this is our neck piece. Can you see how the shoulder area is looking? This is our neck piece. I intentionally put another fabric into the neck part so that we'll see the design. So guys, this is how to create this lovely design. Thank you for watching. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.